Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm J.Hitz, and to my right is C-Rob, and together we're the Hit Zone. We're just two homeboys talking sports. So for the next 45 minutes, I would like you to pull up a chair, relax, pull yourself up a drink, and let's talk sports. Hey, C-Rob, what's been going on, man? What you got going on, buddy?
Hey man, I'm sipping on this Ciroc Coke right now. Having a good time. Kicking with my boy, man. We super excited about the show. And oh my gosh, over the last 5 days, man, the sports world been going crazy. The Mavs had their draft. We got Jaden Hardy, who a lot of people think is the steal of the draft. We consummated our trade, brought in Christian Wood from the Rockets, 20 and 10 guy. Him and Luca. Oh my God, Luca. Oh my man, him and Eurobasket. Dude's balling, throwing no look passes behind his head, and looked like he done lost about 10 pounds and turned it into all muscle. Man. In shape Luca is gonna definitely be a problem for the rest of the NBA. I can't wait to watch. And then we got training camp coming up in about a month for the Cowboys. They're praying our boys stay out of trouble, and everybody stay healthy. And then, man, the biggest thing that's happened over the last 5 days, biggest thing, you see what's over my shoulder. DKR, we are so excited, man. We got Arch Manning, bro. We got Arch coming to town. Thanks to Sark, man. Man, what's happening with the Longhorns is crazy right now, bro.
And guess what, C-Rob? We have a special guest. We have a treat for our Hit Zone fans. We have an actual Longhorn insider that's going to join the show today. Hey, this guy knows everything Longhorns. He has an ear to Austin. That guy is D-Kane. Hey, D-Kane, first of all, I got to ask, what's you drinking?
Sipping on this Crown Royal Apple, man. You know, the drink of the champions, buddy. How's it going over there? J.Hitz C-Rob, what it do, baby?
I definitely can dig it. It's all good. So, D-Kane, I have to ask, baby. I have to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Longhorns getting the national number one recruit, Arch Manning, who is the nephew of Eli and Peyton Manning? What's your thoughts?
Man, I think it's huge. I think it was huge for Longhorn Nation. I think it's a stepping stone in route for the Longhorns to be on their way back to the national prominence, man. As far as the recruiting is concerned, it gave us a major shot in the arm. I feel like this is just one of the biggest things that has happened to Texas in a long, long time, and I'm just excited to see how this plays out.
No doubt.
Yeah, man, besides Arch, looks like we got 5 big uglies that's there to protect him. All of them signed up for one day on Sunday night. Yeah, 5 offensive line. What can you tell us about those guys?
Like I say, man, we're talking size and more size, which is basically what you need going over into the SEC. Who wouldn't want to play in a line that's across the board averaging right at 6'4", 325 pounds? You know, I don't know about you, but I would love to play quarterback behind a line like that. I would feel very comfortable, I think, in that type of situation. So I believe that played a huge part in Arch committing to the good guys.
No doubt. So, D-Kane, let me ask you this. How do you? I know. Okay, we got the recruits, great recruiting class, but next year, well, this year actually is what counts. And I don't believe none of those Arch Manning and all those other guys, they're seniors in high school, so they're not going to help us. How do you feel about the Texas Longhorns going into this season? Where do you feel we will finish? Will we make a bowl game? Will we compete for the Big 12 championship? Where do you see the Longhorns at going into this season?
I see the Longhorns finishing right around 8-4, possibly 9-3, depending on how the dominoes fall. I want to be that homer and say that we're going to win all the ball games, but you have to be a realist. And being a realist like I am, I'm going to say about 8-4. As far as the bowl game is concerned, I think we should definitely make a bowl game. Exactly which bowl game will be determined, but we should definitely make a bowl game this year. We got some young hungry pups out there, and they're itching to take it to the next level.
So lot of national pundits. I've been hearing it all weekend, been hearing it today. And Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning coexist. Is Arch Manning's arrival going to cause Quinn Ewers to transfer?
And see, that's the thing.
My bad. If Quinn is successful this year, will Arch pull his commitment and go somewhere else?
I think it's going to actually help the situation more than it hurts the situation. To be honest with you, Quinn being already in the fold was the reason why Arch decided to come aboard. He didn't want to be the savior of the program. He wanted someone else to take on that responsibility. He just wanted to come in here and actually drive the bus. And the way it's set up now with Quinn already being in the driver's seat, all he has to do is come over and take over when Quinn leaves and take us on to that next level. But I believe that helped the situation more than it hurts the situation.
This kind of reminds me of Chris Sims being here and then Vince Young signing. Had that same type of feel to you where, hey, Chris Sims comes in and hey, they have a top 5 recruiting class, and then Vince shows up and it takes it over the top.
I have to agree with you on that. I think if Quinn, should I say, would have signed last year directly with Texas, I think he would have had the recruiting class on a whole nother level. But by him just coming over and actually taking over the reins for us and having Arch come in behind him and be that Pied Piper for the recruiting class, oh man, yeah, it's phenomenal. I think that's a great analogy, Ross. I think you hit it right on the head with that.
So D-Kane, Sark. Is Sark the guy that can really take us to where we want to go? Or is he just the coach that's waiting to get fired? What's your thoughts on Sark?
My opinion of Sark is that he's a great offensive mind. I think offensively he could definitely get us to the next level. His key to success, I believe, is going to be what he has on the defensive side of the ball, calling plays, that defensive coordinator. If he can get that defensive coordinator to be aligned with him as far as his offensive calls are concerned and how he runs his offense, I think we can get to that next level. The only question is, the guy that we have in place as a defensive coordinator, is he going to be that guy? That's my question at this point. I have faith in Sark. I know what Sark's track record is. PK, he's got to show me something. Otherwise, you know how I feel about that next step.
That next step is the Gary Patterson time in Texas.
That's it, man. And Coach PK, he's going to be looking over the shoulder because Gary's in the wings. He's waiting. He's just itching him. And he's waiting. He's waiting on his opportunity. And I think if Gary's in the realm as the defensive coordinator for the Texas Longhorns and you have Sark calling the offense, we back.
No doubt. Hey, look here, DK. I'm hearing in the national media, they're saying that the only reason Arch Manning chose the Texas Longhorns was because of NIL money. I feel the reason he chose the Longhorns was due to Sark and his pedigree and how he is basically the quarterback whisperer. Why did Arch Manning choose the Longhorns?
Relationship. The relationship that he established with Sark was the ultimate decision as far as him choosing the Texas Longhorns. Not only the relationship that Sark built with Arch, but also the relationship that he built with the family, the Mannings as a whole. They're very fond of Sark and his past with the quarterbacks that he's brought up through the ranks. And I just think they feel like Arch is in good hands, tuteling under Sark.
So we talked a lot of offense, man, but we ain't talked about the skill positions, man. I am super excited to see Xavier Worthy in year 2. Super excited to see Bijan again. I mean, this might be a Heisman year for him. Could be a Biletnikoff year for Xavier. But who's throwing him the ball?
I say the first 2 games we're going to probably roll out Card just to be on the safe side. You don't want to. I don't think you want to roll out Ewers. Yes, Card. I don't think you want to roll out Ewers, man, in that game 2 against Alabama and have him out there seeing stars, man. I think they're going to let Card take the lumps for the first couple of games, and depending on how he plays, I think you see Ewers in game 3 and finishing off the season from that point going forward.
I think the one thing that Ewers got under his belt is he's been in a college program. He was with Ohio State. So I feel that the learning curve is not as far as we think, because sometimes we kind of think that he's a true freshman or freshman just coming in, but he's actually been in the college program. But keeping with the offense, you and I, D-Kane, we was at the spring game this last spring, and the one guy that, to me, was two guys, and I want you to speak on both of them. The first guy is the receiver that transferred from Wyoming. His name kind of slips my mind right now. I'm sure you know it. And also the tight end that came in from Denton Ryan. I felt that's a big target. It seemed like they used him a lot in the red zone. How do you feel about those two guys coming into this season?
Well, the receiver, Nayar, coming in from Wyoming, he's a big body receiver. He's got a little wiggle to him. He's very athletic, and catch radius is out of this world. You throw it anywhere in his vicinity, he's going to go get the football. And that's what you want out of your receivers. And the most important thing is he catches the ball with his hands, and that's what I like the most about him. The same can be said for J.T. Sanders. J.T. Sanders is just the athlete, man. It's going to be pretty much impossible to cover for the linebackers. He catches the football clean. One hand, two hand, it doesn't matter. Just throw the football to him. He's going to make plays. I think those are two of the most important players that we'll have joining the offense this year to take us to the next level.
And can you give us your thoughts on the Longhorn defense? What can we expect?
From a defensive standpoint, I feel like we should be much improved due to the fact that this is our second year within the scheme. I think some of the guys should be more comfortable as far as play recognition and so forth. I'll start the secondary. Anthony Cook, I think him moving to safety was a big move. I always felt like he was a step off playing the cornerback position. But I think moving back to the secondary, or to the safety spot, should I say, was a great move, and it should allow him to make more plays within the defense. At the linebacker spot, I like DeMarion Overshawn. I feel like he's just an excellent athlete for the linebacker position, where he's able to cover sideline to sideline with today's spread offenses. And he's also willing to put his head in there, and that's what you want out of your linebacker. From a D-line standpoint, give me Sweat, man. Sweat. Green Mile, that's my guy. Plug in the middle up for us, you know. And then, of course, my wild card will be the dog, man. And when I say this guy has dog in him, he's got that dog in him. And that's Byron Murphy, man, out of DeSoto, Texas. I think that kid is going to be the next special thing on our D-line within the next year or two. He reminds me so much of Casey Hampton. And remember that when I'm telling you now, Casey Hampton, he's got some Casey Hampton traits in him. And when I tell you this guy's got that dog and he wants it. That's your guy.
Hey, Casey Hampton, them big shoes to fill, man. You putting a lot of pressure on that kid with Casey Hampton.
Yeah.
But hey,
he's got that kind of potential.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Stunner. Everyone knows that the Texas Longhorns are going to the SEC. We all know that, right? With this recruiting class, as well as last year's recruiting class, do you feel that the guy and the body type, the structure, are they the type of guys that can compete in the SEC?
I think they are definitely the guys that you want to compete in the SEC. We're talking across the board, an average of 6'4", 325 pounds. Big uglies, man. It doesn't get any bigger than that. Yeah. As far as the trenches are concerned, we all know that the games are won and lost in the trenches. And I think the foundation that we're building with the last two O-line classes, it's definitely solidifying that offensive line for us.
So what we've seen over the last 5 days is in the recruiting rankings, the Longhorns have gone from anywhere from 15 to 20 to now top 5 class. And it's just June. It looks like Sark has made Texas a destination. It seems like it's nationwide. We had a kid from Hawaii commit to the Longhorns.
Yes, sir.
So it seems to me like sky's the limit. Do you think this class can end up being the top class in the nation?
I think being spearheaded by the commitment of Arch Manning, man, this class has a chance to be exceptional. You know, who wouldn't want to play with the number one recruit in the nation? You know, and like I said, him being on board already and being kind of our Pied Piper, man, I think the sky's the limit for this offensive class and defensive class, because as you can see, we have defensive recruits that are wanting to play with Arch Manning too now.
So D-Kane, I know you said you had to go, but I want to know if you can stay with us for one more segment, because I really want to talk Mavs basketball.
Sure thing, man. I'm here. Whatever you need.
So the Mavs have been doing some pretty good stuff in free agency by signing Christian Wood and also our draft pick. How do you feel the Mavs? What do they need going forward to contend for a championship?
I think we need to continue to get better on the defensive side of the ball as far as the guards are concerned. Get us a couple of good defensive guards in here and some shooters, man. With a guy like Luke leading the show, shooters. You just need shooters everywhere. As we've seen with Golden State and the rest of them, man. If you have shooters out there and a creator like that, the sky's the limit for the team, man. Shooters, and more shooters.
So, biggest concern as a Mavs fan, you see the shirt, Longhorns, Cowboys, but if there was room, that would say Mavs every day of the week. So, my biggest concern with him, Jalen Brunson. I love Jalen. Whoever's watching this, I love Jalen. Jalen Brunson, he a dog. That's my dude.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah.
I don't want the Mavs to pay him no $30 million. But also, I don't want to see him just walk for anything. So, I mean, fellas, how do we weigh, like, keeping them, letting them go, keeping them for $30 million, letting them go for nothing? What's y'all's thoughts on it?
I think the best thing, man, is to hope and pray that there's a team out there that's willing to take him on or wanting to sign him, that's willing to send something our way. That's going to be the best thing I can suggest. I really feel like Brunson is halfway out the door, to be honest with you. I think the type of guard that he is, he's got to be that lead dog. He's got to have the ball in his hand. And with Luka here, it's just never going to materialize. And I think him getting a taste of that in the playoffs just really kind of opened his eyes to the potential that he has on this particular level, that it gave him the confidence that he can actually do it, because we've seen him do it in high school. We've seen him do it on the college level. Now he's able to do it in the playoffs, man. So yes, I think it ignited a fire within him, man. And I think he really, really, really wants that rock in his hand. And to do that, he's probably going to have to leave Dallas, unfortunately.
Is he really that guy? Like, I'm hearing a lot of people bringing up when we let Steve Nash walk. And we got nothing for Steve Nash, and he ended up being a two-time MVP. And there's a Brunson-Nash comparison, and again, no disrespect, respectfully, I love Jalen Brunson. He had some really good games, like 4 good games in the playoffs. He's the reason we won the Utah series. All credit.
Yes, most definitely.
But Steve Nash? Come on.
No, he's not a Steve Nash at all, man. And I think anybody making those kind of comparisons are just kind of being a little far-fetched there, buddy. For the most part, I think Jalen's a great player. I think he brings a lot to the table. But Steve Nash, he couldn't hold Steve Nash's jockstrap. He couldn't hold it at all, man.
You know, I never would have thought any other team would be looking to give Jalen Brunson a max deal. And then here comes the Knicks. Of course. Like, why would the Knicks give this guy a max deal? And from what I hear that Jalen Brunson's dad is somewhat in the organization, in the Knicks organization. I have a funny feeling that that's what's driving that train. What y'all thoughts on that?
Not only is his dad an assistant coach in the organization, but also his ex-agent, Leon Rose, is now the president of basketball for the New York Knicks. And I think that is the driving force that is getting Jalen the pub that he's getting to go to New York. I think it's that agent driving it. He knows what Jalen is as a player. Of course, Dad knows what Jalen is as a player. And let's face it, man, the Knicks have been looking for a point guard for the last 10 years. Jalen is a pure point guard. He can facilitate. He can also score. That's very rare this day and age, man. So I think the driving force, again, is the agent. And I think Dad is second. With Dad being in the wings and having a familiar face and Dad being on the coaching staff, I think that only helps the situation. But that Leon Rose guy, he's the key.
Yeah, and I think Leon Rose's son is now Jalen's agent.
There you go.
So yeah, I feel like Jalen's probably out the door. Our only hope is that he's nice enough to say, hey, the Mavs have been good to me. Can y'all send something back their way?
Exactly.
Why can't the
That's all we
Mavs do
can
a sign and trade? Why can't we sign Jalen Brunson, trade him to the Knicks, and we can get back maybe Randall or something? I mean, why can that not happen?
The Knicks don't need our help.
There you go.
We need them. We
There
need
you
to
go.
say, hey, we'll give you Julius Randle. And by the way, I'd be very happy about that.
Yeah,
Like,
no doubt.
I feel like Julius Randle, again, respectfully, I love Jalen Brunson. But I feel like Julius Randle would improve our team greatly over having Jalen Brunson.
And let me tell you this. I saw some of the highlights from the guy that we drafted that was in the duet. Hey, this guy's not no. Hey, he don't seem like a scrub to me. This guy seems like he can play ball. And you bring Christian Woods and Luka in the mix. Hey man, it might not be a bad deal to just let Jalen walk in. And let's put our eggs in this draft pick we got. What y'all think?
I honestly feel like the draft pick, man, had he went to school instead of the G League, if we were talking about this guy coming out of Michigan, Duke, or somewhere like that, he would have been a no-brainer lottery pick. Due to the fact that he went to the G League and had the NBA scouts able to kind of break down and kind of decipher his game a little bit, man, I think that kind of hurt him in a sense. He wasn't able to hide some of those deficiencies like his ball handling and things of that nature. But let's just face it, man, this guy can flat out go get a bucket, and that's what you need in this day's NBA, right? Today's NBA, you need to be able to get your bucket. And I think he can do that for us now. What he brings on the defensive end, will he compete? Only time will tell. Offensively, we know he can get it. He's got to work on his ball handling and facilitating and being able to get those turnovers down. But ultimately, I think this guy's going to be good long term. We just got to give him some time.
Hey, do you think he'll be better than Jalen Brunson?
No, not off the top anyway. I mean, we're talking about a guy that shot 39% from the field, man, last year. And I'm not talking 3-point percentage. 3-point percentage, he shot right around 32%. So he's got to work on the shot selection. He averaged 19 points a game, but he also shot it 30 times. So you just kind of do the math on that.
Yeah, eventually he could be that guy.
There you go.
The kid's 19 years old.
19.
Guys for him to be Jalen Brunson his first year in the NBA.
I will tell you this though, he's probably got more swag than Jalen, man. That boy was suited and booty, wasn't he, for the draft?
What does Christian Woods bring to the Mavericks?
Christian Woods is going to be something that we've never had in the middle, man. A lot of people want to say, well, wait, we had Tyson Chandler a couple years ago when we won a championship. This guy's a better offensive player than Tyson Chandler. He can create off the dribble for a 7-footer, man. He shoots the three well. He also wears number 35. You know why? I think we all know why.
Go ahead and tell us.
Kevin Durant, man, that's kind of who he models his game out there to a certain extent. Kevin Durant. However, he's got a post game, man, and he can play with the back to the basket as well as shoot the face up. You get him in the paint, get him on that block. He turns. He's looking to put it on your head. He's not nuts in the face type of deal. He's not looking to lay it up. He's not looking for it. He's looking to put it on top of your head, man. And that's what you want in your big man.
Man, I can't tell you the type of excitement we have for having Christian Woods. Like you said, he can shoot the three. He can play pick and roll with Luka. He can play pick and pop with Luka.
There you go.
He's the best of both worlds of Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell. Like, he's better than both of those guys. Now, I ain't trying to get rid of Maxi. And Dwight's a really nice guy. I think everybody knows Dwight's a nice guy, respectfully. But Christian Wood is the best big man we have on our team now. And him and Luka, hey, they stay healthy, they're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
So, do you think the Mavericks going to stay put, or do you see other moves coming in the future?
Well, we got a half our roster's depleted, so I think there's definitely more moves in the wings awaiting. It's just a matter of who and what. I think you're just going to kind of lean on those veteran exceptions, those mid-level veteran exceptions. That's going to kind of fill our roster up, man. So whatever we can find that wants to, people that actually want to come and play with Luka, that's going to be the key. Who wants to come and play with Luka? Who wants to play with the superstar? Who wants to be that guy to come and play with Luka? Who wants to help take us to the next level? Those are going to be the guys that we're going to be looking for, and hopefully we find and put in place to help us out.
Hey, man, Mavs, I love how this new front office operates. We don't know what they're doing. There's no leaks. So they could be working on something right now while we're recording this.
Yeah.
Nico is doing his thing. It looks like the owner, Marquis, kind of staying out the way and letting Nico do his thing. A year ago, I wouldn't have said this, but I'll say it now. I trust Nico. I trust Jason Kidd. I trust what they're doing behind the scenes. And I don't think they've done it yet.
I'm with you. I totally agree, boss. I think the sky's the limit. I've been saying this enough in this podcast, but the sky's the limit for the Mavs, man. And with Nico and the Hams and the relationships that he has out there with the ball players out there, I think it's what's helping us a lot too. And it's starting to shed some light on players want to actually come and play for the Mavericks. For the longest, it's been hard to lure. I mean, we've had plenty of cap space in the past, and we've went out some of the biggest names and was not able to pull them in due to the fact that they just didn't want to come and play for either Carlisle or they just didn't want to come to Dallas. But having Nico in place here I think it's kind of opened some eyes and kind of made Dallas more appealing. And I think as far as the future is concerned, man, I think this is going to probably be a hotbed of free agents, man, for the next couple of years because I think Luka's going to take it to the next level. And who wouldn't want to come and play with a guy like Luka?
Well, fellas, we at the end of the show. Any closing remarks you got, D-Kane?
Hey, man, I just thank you guys for allowing me to share this knowledge with you, man. And I just look forward to many more opportunities in the future.
Any closing remarks, C-Rob?
Hey, man, this is great. Like we said, man, this is a long time in the making. We've been doing sports talk for 20 years. Our first conversation 20 years ago at our job was Longhorn football. So it's nice to finally see us on the big screen or on the small screen, however y'all watch it. It's been a long time coming, man. We're real excited about what's going to happen with this.
Well, this is the Hit Zone, and we're trying to grow the show. We want you to be a part of the show. Let's grow the show. So like this video, subscribe, share, post it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your TikTok, whatever you need to do. Let's grow this show together. And say, fellas, it's been a nice show. Been a great week. Let's keep it going.
Do it.
Cheers.
Peace.